youthful, the ghost dance was good for the Pawnees. It gave them a direction. And those people that wanted to belong, but were not affiliated with any dances that existed among the tribe at the time. Maybe a death had cut off their a right to belong to a dance, and they had lost their sacred bundles, and there was no one in the family that knew anything about the seat that belonged to this family. So being cut off from the religious dances, when the ghost dance came, those people that were without a dance to belong to, this was good for them. And even those that belonged to other dances, they participated. And of course this gave it more, this did something for the dance. There was a man that used to go to these dances. He was a poor man, come from a small family, and he would go to these dances and he would watch, and he would stand in the back and never participated, but look, you know. And finally one day, well, he thought that he was going to just go up there and join the rest of them and dance, get in the circle. So he thought to himself, here I stand. I do not know anything. And so it's night now, and no one's going to see me if I join them, so I'm going to dance. And he went in that dance with this in mind, you know. I do not know anything, but if I dance, I might get a blessing. So he walked out there and then started dancing. And the next thing he knew, well, it seemed like he was standing somewhere on level ground. Nice breeze, and the grass was about a foot high, and it was waving, and it was very beautiful. And he had a profound feeling of security, felt real good and happy and satisfied. And then this is what he said, I do not know anything. And make thoughts for me, meaning bless me, God. And then all that time, well, he was in a trance. And when the trance left him and he awoke, well, he related what he had experienced. And this was a song. His thinking came into words, and it was a song. He got the song from the vision. And I'll sing you the song that this man learned in the vision. ka ka ti da ita ti da ta di ki ku ka ka ti da ita ti da ta di ki sik so ke skuruta ti da ta di ki sik so ke skuruta ti da ta di ki ku ka ti da ita ku ka ti da ita ku ka ti da ita ti da ta di ki ku ka ti da ita ti da ta di ki sik so ke skuruta ti da ta di ki sik so ke skuruta ti da ta di ki ku ka ti da ita ku ka ti da ita. The words in this song are these: I do not understand, meaning God, as I live. I do not understand as I live. Make thoughts for me as I live, meaning make thoughts for me means to receive a blessing, for God to bless him. And then that says that twice, and then it says the first sentence again twice. I do not understand God as I live. I do not understand God as I live. Meaning that he was a man that was religious to begin with, but he just, like a lot of us are, we have the faith, but we just haven't applied it. We just live, and maybe the only time we think about God is when fear hits us or something, and we become afraid, and then we look for God, and so they, as the Pawnees always teach, learn how to talk with God all the time. Do not wait until there is fear in your heart and mind. You may not be able to find him. So this is a real good song. At Pawnee, when I was growing up, and they danced ghost dance a lot, I heard this song many times, and it is one of the simple songs, but yet very profound. It is profound because it just almost touches everybody. Most of us, if we're truthful, these are our sentiments. And it's one of the wonderful songs of ghost dance. Next thing I'll talk about is the Peyote. We in Pawnee call it Kahar. That means night medicine. And I think the name was given to it by that name because it was, the ceremony was held at night. And it came to Pawnee about the turn of the century. And the Pawnees had revived some of their old-time rituals, such as bear dance, buffalo dance, doctor dance, and some of the warrior dances. And the ghost dance was being they were participating in the ghost dance, and they were at that time a lot of young people that went to ghost dances and looked on, but they just didn't participate. The younger people felt like that was the old people's dance, and they certainly didn't participate or didn't even go to watch the buffalo dance and the bear dance and doctor dances, because these were very sacred dances. And they came from families that didn't belong, and so they just didn't go. And so as a result, this group of people, the younger people, there was a need for this dance or ceremony. And they had been to school, and in the 90s and late 80s, and some of the schools were 1,000 miles away, and some of them were 500 miles away, and they were a long way from home. And they had gone to these schools and stayed for several years, and were away from their families for a long time, and they were encouraged not to talk Indian, the way Indian schools used to be. And if you were caught talking Indian, well, corporal punishment was in order. And so when these people came home, there was a tremendous gap. They could not speak Indian too well. They could understand it pretty well, but could not speak it because for several years they had not talked Indian. And their thinking was somewhat different. You know, they been to school, and they'd gone about 4th grade level, and so when this Peyote ceremony came to Pawnee, these people are the ones that immediately accepted it, because this was a way to show their Indian, get back into the culture. And a lot of the old people did not belong. They didn't say they didn't believe it. They could not say this because these people worshiped God. But they just didn't go because it was something new, and it was something that wasn't theirs. So they more or less stayed away from it. They did not discourage it, but they themselves did not go and belong. And it started, and after a while there were known leaders among the 4 bands of Pawnees that belonged to the Peyote. And stories began to come out of the Peyote people, and some of them were very wonderful. And they were also, it seemed that at that time the Peyote ceremony was more or less nothing but men members. The men did the cooking. Whenever there was a meeting, only men went. Their wives didn't go. They stayed home. And the men attended the meeting. They would go into the meeting while the sun was up and stayed in the meeting all night long. They sang songs, they worshiped God, and they ate medicine, they drank the tea, and then they followed the ceremonies, midnight ceremony, morning ceremony, when they stayed in until the sun came up, and then they would come out. And it was totally an all-night affair. And then suddenly, there were several ladies that had a dream about peyote. And they dreamed about peyote, and when they awoke, whatever their dream was, it was a song. And the women would make dinner and call the leaders of the Peyote people, and they would teach them the song. And they felt very humbled, that God would give them a blessing for them to learn a song to something that they were not a part of. And then some of the older men, songs began to come out then that with words in. Now, at first, the songs that they sang were other tribes' songs, and they sang, the Pawnees sang just straight tunes with no words in, just tunes. And then gradually, as they got into it more and had more visions on it, they learned songs with words in them. Today at Pawnee, Peyote is very active. There are a lot of members and are good people. And of course, it's subject to change just like anything else. So there has been sort of some changes from the way it was introduced in some 75 years ago. Now, there was an old man back in the right after the Peyote came into being at Pawnee, and he was an active member. And he became sick, and the doctors gave up on him and said, well, he is old, and it's just time. He cannot pull through. He is too weak, and just be ready for the worst. And the man went into a coma, and he was in a coma several days. And then one day, well, he just awoke, and he was very weak, and voice wasn't very strong. And the fever had left him, and he began to eat real well. And as the days passed, he grew stronger and stronger. And he called some of the people together and that went to visit him, and he said, well, he said, I have a song. He said, this song came to me, I guess, when I was in a coma. He said, I was sitting. He said, and this medicine was in front of me, and I was looking at it. And then he said, suddenly, it seemed like a voice spoke to me and said, you are going to continue to live. He said, and when I awoke, he said, well, this was a song, so I will sing it. Now, as I stated before, that there were some ladies that dreamed about the Peyote and had a vision, and they learned a song from their vision. The chief's daughter, the head chief of the Pawnees at that time, roaming chief, had a sister, and she didn't belong. No one in the family belonged to the Peyote, and one morning she awoke and said that she had a wonderful dream. And she said, from this dream, I learned a song. And it may be surprising, but it's a Peyote song. So The song that she learned, she said that she was standing on the prairie, and she looked down and she saw the medicine, and she said it seemed like from above a voice spoke to her and said, "Daughter, this is my universe." And she said there was a real profound significance that she felt for the peyote. And I will sing a song, that song that she learned. To on roti waku tati rira vahat ahiyana kaile rowe ahira 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 ahiyana kaile rowe to on roti waku tati ravahat ahiyana kaile rowe ahira 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 ahiyana kaile rowe to on roti waku tati ravahat ahiyana kaile rowe. Since the contact with the Europeans, the Pawnees have been introduced to Christianity. Right now, they are mostly Baptists and Methodists and Catholics. I'll sing one of the Pawnee Christian hymns. Rava hero edade gu kara sivitska hu sixtit rasku ara chiru titakutira sara Rava heru idadi gu kara sivitska Jesus raku asu terit Rava heru idadi gu kara sivitska hu sixtit ras ku ara chiru Tita kutira sara Rava heru idari kukara sivitska Jesus raku asu terit. The words to that hymn are these: Dear friend. It could also mean brother or sister. Do you not want to live well while you are here? Mean while you are in this life. Dear friend, do you not want so that you could see Jesus? The second song is has the same tune, and the words are practically the same. Only it says, Dear friend, I only want to live well while I am alive. Dear friend, I only want so that I may see Jesus. Thou hedo edare, rihuksu etatit skahu, sixtit rat ku ahra chiru, tita kutira tara. Thou hedu idari dihuksu wetatit ska, Jesus naku atu terit. Thou hedu idari dihuksu wetatit ska, sixtit dat ku ahra chiru, tita kutira tara. Thou hedu irari dihuksu wetatit ska, Jesus naku su 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 wetatit ska, Jesus naku to wet dot its score, Jesus dog, 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 to wet dot its score, Jesus dog.